Before starting, put the auto-generated YouTube subtitles in French or your mother tongue to get everything, and slow down or speed up the pace as needed. If you don't have time to watch it, just listen this video as a podcast while doing something else. Now listen and learn English as exploring our world. Death. It's the ultimate deadline, the inevitable end we all face. Or is it? For centuries, humankind has been captivated by the idea of immortality. From ancient myths to modern science fiction, the quest to cheat death has always fascinated us. What if we could turn back the clock on aging? What if we could preserve our minds and bodies, pushing our existence beyond its natural limits? Throughout history, stories of immortality have filled our legends and lore. But today, the pursuit of everlasting life is no longer confined to the realm of fantasy. Modern science is now grappling with the very real possibility of extending human lifespan, and perhaps even achieving a form of immortality. But before we delve into these complex questions, let's explore the scientific advancements that are fueling this age-old dream. In labs and research facilities around the world, scientists are exploring radical new approaches to life extension. Cryonics promises to preserve our bodies in a state of suspended animation, awaiting future revival. Anti-aging medicine seeks to slow down or even reverse the aging process at a cellular level. And transhumanism envisions a future where technology merges with our very being, potentially allowing us to transcend our biological limitations altogether. These cutting-edge fields, while still in their infancy, offer tantalizing glimpses into a future where death may no longer hold absolute dominion. But along with the excitement and promise, these advancements raise profound questions. Is it ethical to tamper with the natural order of life and death? What are the potential consequences of extending human lifespan indefinitely? We must carefully consider the ethical dilemmas they present. Imagine a world where death is not the end, but a temporary pause. This is the tantalizing promise of cryonics, the practice of preserving legally deceased individuals at extremely low temperatures. The hope is that by stopping all biological processes through deep freezing, we can essentially hit the pause button on death. The idea is not to revive people immediately, but to buy time. Time for science to advance, to find cures for currently incurable diseases, and to develop technologies capable of repairing and reviving cryopreserved bodies and, most importantly, brains. The journey into the frozen unknown begins at the moment of legal death. Specially trained teams work rapidly to stabilize the body and prevent any further deterioration. The blood is replaced with a cryoprotectant solution designed to prevent ice crystal formation, which can damage delicate cells and tissues. Cryonics operates on the very edge of scientific understanding. The core principle rests on the idea that human consciousness, our memories, personalities, everything that makes us us, is encoded within the physical structures of the brain. If we can preserve the intricate network of neurons and synapses, the theory goes, then perhaps we can preserve the essence of the individual. However, cryonics remains a highly controversial topic within the scientific community. Skeptics point to the immense technical challenges involved in reviving a cryopreserved human. Proponents of cryonics counter that while the science is still developing, the potential benefits are too great to ignore. After all, they argue, the alternative is certain death. The prospect of cryonics raises a host of ethical and philosophical questions. What are the implications of essentially cheating death? Would widespread adoption of cryonics lead to overpopulation or exacerbate existing social inequalities? The ethical debate surrounding cryonics is further complicated by the fact that it deals with individuals who are no longer alive to consent to the procedure. While many people choose to sign up for cryopreservation while they are still alive, the decision ultimately rests with their loved ones. Despite the uncertainties and ethical dilemmas, the field of cryonics continues to attract interest and investment. For those who have chosen cryopreservation, their journey into the unknown is just beginning. Suspended in a state of frozen limbo, they wait patiently for a future that may never come. Whether cryonics ultimately proves to be a viable path to immortality or a scientific dead end, it forces us to confront our own mortality and contemplate the meaning of life and death. It challenges us to imagine a future where death may no longer be the final curtain call, but merely an intermission in the grand play of existence. The Fountain of Youth, a mythical spring promising eternal youth, has captivated imaginations for centuries. From Ponce de Leon's legendary search to modern-day anti-aging creams, the desire to cheat time runs deep in human consciousness. But what if the secret to a longer, healthier life isn't hidden in a mystical spring, but within our very own cells? Enter the world of anti-aging medicine, a field dedicated not to achieving immortality but to understanding, slowing down, and potentially even reversing the aging process. Unlike cryonics, which attempts to pause life at the moment of death, anti-aging medicine focuses on manipulating the biological processes of aging while we're alive. At the forefront of anti-aging research are telomeres, protective caps at the ends of our chromosomes. Like the plastic tips on shoelaces, telomeres prevent our DNA from fraying with each cell division, but as we age, our telomeres shorten, eventually reaching a critical length that triggers cell death. Scientists are now investigating ways to slow down or even reverse telomere shortening, potentially delaying the aging process at its very core. Another promising area of research lies in the realm of stem cells, the body's raw materials capable of developing into various specialized cell types. Researchers are exploring ways to replenish and rejuvenate these cellular powerhouses, potentially restoring our body's ability to heal and regenerate as we age. From tweaking our metabolic pathways to developing targeted therapies that remove senescent cells, zombie-like cells that contribute to age-related decline, scientists are relentlessly pursuing a multifaceted approach to combating aging. The quest to slow down aging, while scientifically fascinating, is not without its ethical dilemmas. Critics argue that extending lifespan beyond its natural limits could have unforeseen consequences for society, leading to overpopulation, resource depletion, and a widening gap between the haves and have-nots. Access to life-extending treatments could become a new form of privilege, further exacerbating existing inequalities. Furthermore, some argue that aging is a natural part of life, a process that gives meaning to our finite existence. The ethical debate surrounding anti-aging research is complex and multifaceted. As science progresses, it becomes increasingly important to engage in open and honest conversations about the potential benefits and risks of extending human lifespan. While true immortality remains elusive, the advancements in anti-aging medicine offer a tantalizing glimpse into a future where aging is no longer seen as an inevitable decline but a manageable condition. Imagine a world where people can enjoy vibrant health and vitality well into their 80s, 90s, or even beyond, remaining active contributors to society. The potential benefits of extending health span are undeniable, from reducing healthcare costs to fostering a more experienced and resilient population. However, navigating the ethical and societal implications of these advancements will be crucial to ensure that we create a future where longer lives translate into better lives for all, not just a select few. By focusing on extending health span, promoting healthy aging, and addressing the ethical concerns surrounding anti-aging interventions, we can strive to create a future where everyone has the opportunity to live a long, healthy, and fulfilling life. Imagine a world where human potential is no longer limited by our fragile flesh and blood bodies. A world where our minds could soar beyond the constraints of biology, achieving feats of intelligence, creativity, and longevity previously unimaginable. This is the audacious vision of transhumanism, a movement that seeks to use technology to fundamentally transform the human condition. Transhumanists believe that we are on the cusp of a new era, one where we can transcend the limitations of our evolutionary heritage and take control of our own destiny. They see aging, disease, and even death not as inevitable facts of life, but as challenges to be overcome through technological innovation. From enhancing our cognitive abilities to merging with artificial intelligence, transhumanism embraces radical possibilities for human enhancement. One of the central tenets of transhumanism is the idea that our minds are not confined to our physical bodies. At the forefront of transhumanist thought is the concept of brain-computer interfaces, devices that would allow our minds to directly interact with computers and other devices. Imagine being able to access the internet, control prosthetics, or even communicate telepathically, all with the power of thought. While still in its early stages, BCI technology is rapidly advancing, with scientists already developing implants that can decode neural signals and translate them into computer commands. Beyond simple communication and control, BCIs hold the potential to fundamentally alter our cognitive abilities. While such possibilities may seem like science fiction today, proponents of transhumanism argue that they could become a reality within our lifetime. Transhumanists often view technological advancement as an extension of natural evolution. Just as our ancestors evolved from single-celled organisms to complex beings capable of abstract thought, they argue that we are now on the verge of a new evolutionary leap, one driven not by natural selection, but by our own technological ingenuity. This new evolution, however, raises a host of ethical and societal questions. Will access to these transformative technologies be available to all, or will they exacerbate existing inequalities, creating a world of enhanced elites and unenhanced underclasses? Furthermore, some critics argue that transhumanism promotes a dangerous hubris, a belief that we can engineer our way out of any problem, even those of our own making. The transhumanist vision is both exhilarating and unsettling. It offers the tantalizing promise of a future where we can overcome disease, enhance our abilities, and extend our lifespans indefinitely. Yet it also presents us with profound ethical dilemmas and forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about our place in the universe. As we venture into this uncharted territory, it is crucial that we proceed with caution, engaging in thoughtful dialogue and considering the long-term implications of our actions. The choices we make today will shape the future of humanity, determining whether we use our technological prowess to create a more equitable and just society or one marked by division and inequality. The quest for transhumanism is ultimately a reflection of our deepest hopes and fears as a species. The quest for immortality, while fueled by noble aspirations to alleviate suffering, conquer disease, and extend the human experience, often bumps up against the hard realities of our existence. Life, as we know it, is inherently finite. It is this very finiteness that gives meaning to our experiences, shapes our values, and drives us to make the most of the time we have. Imagine a world without death, where generations no longer make way for the next, where resources dwindle under the weight of an ever-growing population. Would life retain its preciousness if it were no longer finite? Would we cherish the moments, strive for greatness, or form deep connections, knowing that we had an eternity to do so? Some argue that the pursuit of immortality is ultimately a futile attempt to deny our own nature. The awareness of our mortality can be a powerful motivator. It compels us to live with intention and make choices that align with our values. It fosters empathy and compassion, reminding us we share a fleeting moment in time. Embracing impermanence can lead to a more fulfilling life. Appreciate the preciousness of each sunrise and the depth of human connection. By accepting our mortality, we can focus on living fully in the present moment. From the frozen chambers of cryonics to the cutting-edge labs of anti-aging research, the quest for immortality pushes the boundaries of science and imagination. But the path to conquering death is fraught with ethical dilemmas and scientific uncertainties. Can we truly cheat death? Or is it an integral part of existence, without which life loses its meaning? As we stand on the precipice of this brave new world, it's impossible to predict what the future holds. Will we achieve immortality, transcending our physical forms? Or will death remain integral, reminding us of time's preciousness? Perhaps the answer lies in living fully in the present moment, to cherish our time, connect deeply with others, and find meaning in our impermanence. The quest for immortality shows our boundless potential and curiosity. But some mysteries may always remain beyond our grasp. True wisdom lies in accepting what we cannot change and making the most of our time.